Out from AJ Interactive, we have Wolf of the Desert. Apparently a video game. Let's check it out. Kumaria Tower, 2055. Sneak around right away. I can tell I scrolled down a little bit. Hashtag Metal Gear Solid, hashtag Splinter Cell, hashtag Stealth. This is as Metal Gear text gets. So, there you go. It makes those. Hell yeah. Alright, let's see this. Gather cards. Wait. So is this a stealth card game? Hack. Take down. Okay, so a nice game with discover your destiny. The text is a little bit difficult to read because of the Metal Gear format. Well, not the format, the font. But there you go. That is Wolf of the Desert. Interesting approach to this. That you're getting like a card/stealth game. Is it just me or could I not read that as Discover until I said it? Correct. The font for Metal Gear is a horrible font. It's iconic as hell, but it's a horrible font. Cards, weapon hacking tools. It's an interesting concept. I like it. Let me see. So it's either going to be or is on itch.io. It is already available on itch.io. I am not somebody who regularly goes, there's a crowdfunding for this, for itch.io. I guess there's a download for this. I'm not very familiar with itch.io and their model. But there you go. It looks like an interesting concept. I like the idea. I'm a sucker for card games. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! For so long. I played Magic the Gathering for not as long. Can't read cursive half the time. I grew up on cursive, but it's understandable. It's obsolete, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to read it. Being able to read cursive is a valuable skill. So if it's like Peace Walker, I'll pass. Yeah, the demo is pretty. This video demo shows very, very little. It's more like a teaser trailer. And stealthing around, I like the idea of the cards. If it's like Peace Walker, which is like stage-based, then yeah, I can understand. I like the idea of being able to go back to base. If we talk about Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain is what Peace Walker was meant to be. You cannot change my mind. That's what they wanted Peacemaker to be, but they didn't have the hardware. So, yeah, there you go. We have that. And on top of that, we were provided with this track over here. Action Stealth 3 Mastered. I guess the version of the file is number 2. So we are going to do a very special LFA. A layman-friendly analysis. We are going to analyze this track that I have been provided by the developers, AJ Interactive, of this video game. Let's hear what it got. So, this is an LFA. I am a professionally trained musician. I am going to try and explain things as they happen to you in a manner so that you don't have to be a professionally trained musician to understand what is happening musically. I have no idea what this track contains. I have never heard this in my life. So we're going to be pausing a lot because this is live on stream. So let's check it out. From the Wolf of the Desert. Let's see what we got. 3 seconds in, we already have a couple of elements. I think there's a double bass playing on the right ear. We have a very faint guitar with a fairly simple motif. Bum, 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 bum. And then we have a flute at the top. Gives you that sense of desert-ish, desertness. The clean guitar in that way with the wind. Very, very emblematic of that. Blitz, welcome to the day. How you doing? So, yeah, there's a double bass. We have this synth going in. Okay, I like the combination of the synths with the guitar. It gives you that cyberpunky feel that the game is giving us for along with that desert feel. It's a fairly tricky combination to make. Because we are used to the setting of cyberpunk to be in an urban environment, not necessarily a desert environment. And we are used to the desert environment to be more of a rural environment. So mixing up those two is going to be tricky. That is going to be tricky. And so far, so good. But we are 10 seconds in. Let's continue. And it sounds like the guitar, yeah, we're having these bits and pieces. These are what are called, I forgot to open Paint. These things, these little short bits of music are called stingers. Stingers are, well, precisely that. They are there, they appear, and then they're gone. And usually it's like the only time you're going to hear them. They're very short bursts of music, sprinkles of sound. That's a good way to put it. So we have that while the guitar is playing around with their motif. The motif, of course, being your smallest version of the musical idea, the seed from which everything else comes from. And so far, it seems like there's that along with the synths on the top, and then we're getting stingers of other things dropping around, giving a more percussive, building up the atmosphere of the track. Let's see where this goes. Okay, and one of the synths that started being more like a melodic thing has become more of a rhythmic thing. I love it when this happens. Some of these synths you can, tweak around like that so that they start by sounding very musical and they end by sounding very rhythmic. And very melodic, not musical, very melodic and then very rhythmic. And now we are having this little sense of, while still being cyberpunk, because it's the same synth that we were hearing earlier that was giving it that cyberpunk feeling, that is now taking the track in motion. Here, there is. And we still have the guitar. I think we have two guitars now. We have one that is fading in and out, and then we have the other one that is also playing that rhythm with the other synth. I think it might be the guitar, with just an extra effect that makes it sound similar to a synth, but it's giving us the cowboy feeling of all that good stuff. Kylo, welcome to today. Let's see. Yep, and we're having those stingers of the percussion. We are now taking everything back. We are revisiting, kind of looping everything back around. But this time, we have a variation. So structurally speaking, this could be known... this could be easily an A and A prime. A being the first segment that we heard. We could call the part when the rhythm started, when it changed over to rhythm, you could call that a B section. And now we are back with what would be called A prime. A prime usually just means it's a variation on the section that we already had, which is what is happening right now. Let's see where this goes. Youngs, welcome to today. How you doing? Youngest, welcome to today. How you doing? So yeah, we're hearing those. So yeah, it sounds like we're doing an AB model, but AB, A prime, B prime type of thing. We're doing a more reduced version, like a more faster version of what is going on, and we are having these variations, these very, very interesting variations. Very subtle. Some of them are very subtle. Some of the stingers are back, so we do have kind of like a full repeat of what was happening, but right now it's kind of cut in half and sectioned one after the other, and there's more synths going on, having that cyberpunk element a little bit more present than the first time around. So let's continue. I'll catch up with the chat in a second. Random stranger, welcome today. So yeah, now we have a lot more percussion going for the rhythm, and now we are still using most of the stuff from section A, but Now we have more cyberpunk-esque percussion in a very different way. It's more orchestral percussion that still has those synths, still hitting those things, and then we are bringing up the rest of the piece. I got a little distracted there, and I like it so far. It does feel like it's building up to a way longer piece, but we only have 24 seconds left of the track. So in that sense, yeah, I will give my feedback in a moment. But yeah, let's hear it. Because I like the thing you gotta Taco Bell. Nice. So yeah, it's building up. It's building up. It's building up. And I like the percussion. This percussion is really cool. It's nice and slower than what we had before. And whenever you introduce slower percussion, rhythm with a different tone, like you use a different set of drums, in this case it's orchestral drums for this kind of thing, it gives it a more dramatic effect. It makes it a bit more almost melodramatic, like it's a little bit more passionate, more theatrical, rather than the cool synth-esque cyberpunk. Now it goes up in scale. This is surprisingly well produced. And you're having some brass in the back. And it cuts off there. I don't know if it's because the track is not finished yet or anything, but there you have it. That was the Action Stealth 3 mastered from the Wolf of the Desert soundtrack. It seems to me that this is the intro to a bigger track. Herman, welcome to today. It feels like it's a bigger, like it's going to lead up to a bigger piece. Because the structure that we had was basically an ABA, but it was extremely short, and the B section felt like it was really, really building up. So A section was kind of like an introduction, B section started escalating, A section kept escalating, and we never got the resolution. We never got the resolution to this thing. It feels like let me replay the last bit for you. So here we have the last 15 seconds. So it is building towards something. The thing is still going up, and we're introducing a bunch of instruments. The motif is being developed, and then the track just cuts off. So I am pretty sure this is not the end of the track. This is definitely an unfinished track. Like it doesn't even have a title yet, right? Like this is a file that AJ Interactive gave me on Discord. So I was contacted directly, right, to do this. So I think this little ABA is more like an intro. It plays very much like an intro. All of this falls under the umbrella of an intro. There was a lot of building up to the tension, and every time you resolved anything, it just immediately followed by more build-up. So it is one of those things that it is building up, it is building up, it is building up, and at some point you are going to want to resolve all of this. So there you go. What are you asking me for? So there you go. This is a very, very short piece so far. I can see if you're a composer that knows his stuff, you can the 20 minutes before the theme kicks off. Yeah, like it feels like a very solid intro. I can see this becoming a 7-minute piece. I can see if it were up to me, I can see so many different themes and motifs here. Very, very short stuff that you can develop into a full 5-7 minute piece, keeping the entire rhythm and everything. As a vibe setting thing, pretty good. I would say it's well produced. It is surprisingly good, especially considering that this is it seems to be an unfinished track. It seems pretty good so far. It seems pretty good so far. But there you have it. That is our react of Wolf of the Desert interesting concept for a video game. Very unique. What's it called? React for this kind of thing. And there you go. That is our first LFA of the day. Once again, LFA being a layman-friendly analysis. I am a professionally trained musician, and I am trying to explain things in a way that non-musicians can understand. If you like that and you're watching this on the YouTube after the stream, make sure you subscribe to the channel, you leave a like, share the video, all that good stuff. At the time of recording, we are extremely close to 500 subscribers. So there you go. Good stuff. Join the Discord as well. All that stuff. So there you go. Wolf of the Desert, available in itch.io. It would seem. I'm not very familiar with that environment. So there's that. Good stuff though. Good stuff. But yeah.